totally wet scooters it's raining outside, Kendra.
Oh, Keystone.
Hi, trucker tractor. That's a long story. And how are you? What a big weekend of pulling. My goodness gracious. I That's 2 times now in the month of March I've had as many hours behind the video camera.
Yep.
What a
That's
wonderful.
good. Now you won't run out of footage.
The problem is, it's also tax season, as I know you well know.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've got an accountant screaming. So
I forget what our countdown is, but we're less than 30 days. That's all I know.
I'll make it. I'm not worried about that. But the problem is, editing has taken the back seat until the important stuff is done. So rest assured, if you order the video set, you'll be getting it very, very soon. So, and that will be Wednesday night test runs, Thursday, Friday, and both shows on Saturday. So, it'll be a pretty cool deal. I don't know where to start. It was quite a weekend of pulling. Number one, it was great to be back pulling in Harrisburg, and I thought we had a pretty good show. We had a couple blips and blunders here and there, but nothing to.
In our defense, we took 2 years off there pretty much, so we kind of had to remember what we were doing again.
I agree with that. I think that was pretty much for everybody, but it was a good show. It was a great show. Hopefully, you got to be there to see the show. There'll be some changes coming, I'm sure, for 2023. We'll definitely be back in 2023 at this point, but I'd love to have seen a little better attendance, but given the current scare, I mean, I got a lot of questions regarding face masks and vaccinations and stuff like that. It was not required, wasn't a requirement, and of course the cost of fuel.
No, and it was also a very nice weekend, so I think it was very difficult for people to, if people were on the fence about coming anyway, and it was either that or go and do something outdoors. I'm sure they did something outdoors because it was such a nice weekend.
Exactly, but all in all, Saturday night's crowd was pretty decent, and I mean, all of them were, considering. Yeah. But I guess what we'll do, I'm going to go ahead and just run down through the best of show real quick, and we'll what we're going to do. I mean, we would be 2 or 3 hours going down through all the results. What we'll do is we'll announce the winners of the qualifier sessions, and then we'll just, when we get to the finals, we'll just do the whole schmeal. So that'll definitely take an hour or so. But best of show judging was done Friday beginning at noon, and if your vehicle was in the pit building, it was automatically entered. And small block mini best appearing was Steve Goodwin with the Warhawk. That's a unique looking vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Big block mini was Pete Yarrington with Gold Dust, and if you couldn't see that vehicle, there's something wrong with your eyes, because that thing is outstanding.
Yep.
Outstanding.
Very good looking.
Paint work, or I don't know if it's paint. I don't know. He has a business.
You think he wrapped it?
I don't know what it is, but it looks sharp. It's very good. Diesel 4x4 trucks, Jake Slingliff with the empty pockets Dodge, older model. I think back into the 40s, I do believe. Mm-hmm. Small block 4x4 Denny Shives with alcohol abuse. Very clean truck. Super Farm, Shane McFarland with the Rutten Buck. Very clean 46 something. 4620. 46. I
couldn't tell you.
Pretty sure that's what it is.
I was going to say 4640, but I don't know.
Sorry.
That's a minor detail. I don't know the tractor. Don't look at that.
Yeah. Pro Farm. Oliver took the win. Dave Daugherty with the buzzard bait. How about that?
He had a good weekend, man.
Dave Daugherty had a very good weekend. We'll talk about that here shortly. Yeah. Mod Turbo, very clean John Deere called the Bandit. Devin Riggin. That thing is sharp.
Yeah.
Very good looking tractor. Modified 4x4. Kevin and George Opshire with the Gone AWOL Jeep. Always an eye catcher. Long time fan favorite in the area. Took the win in best appearing of modified 4-wheel drive. Rick Wolf with One Too Many took the modified division. Light Limited was Mike Brunkel with Old Smoky, the Oliver. It's a unique piece, different.
Yep.
Outlaw 4x4, absolutely fantastic looking truck called Cash Only of Brad Broy. That thing is an eye catcher. Any way you look at it, it's amazing.
Very sharp.
Yep. Pro stock again, Canadian Steve Lagrange with the Gambler. Very, very good looking John Deere. Super stock, hands down. High hopes of Lance Mysick. That thing is a clean piece, and front to back, top to bottom. I didn't really get a chance to look it over too good, but very pretty tractor. Well done.
And there's not very many fence out there in the pulling world, so
that is very true.
It's definitely unique.
Yep. And Kevin Up with the Rolling Thunder and Mod Turbo. I'm sorry, Light Pro. Light Pro got the
He
win
is a
there.
Light Pro, sir.
Yes, he is a Light Pro now. That's correct. And hot stock EL Harlow, always a clean tractor with the Harlow Harvester International. So, congratulations to all of those spit shiners, if you will. It's anything really come to mind for Keystone for you, Kendra? Other than tiring.
I'm tired, man. I don't think I got 8 hours of sleep all weekend, but hey,
no way.
Let alone one night alone.
Yeah.
No, I think to me the story that sticks out the most is Thurman Munford taking the win, pulling in honor of Junior, and Keystone Nationals could not have ended any better than watching Thurman win in a pull-off in honor of his son. That took the cake. That was the perfect end.
Yeah.
Seeing all the different pullers coming up to him at the end of the evening and just giving him a hug. You don't see a lot of hugging and emotion in tractor pulling, but seeing all them guys come up to him and give him a hug, and everybody just speaking so well of Thurman and his family and Junior, and no better way to end it. Having Amanda and the kids there to watch it.
I don't think there were many dry eyes in the building.
Yeah.
After the AL Harlow was actually the final hook in that pull off.
Yeah.
And it hit home pretty good for a lot of people. And I looked down to him. I talked to him. He goes, "I was just along for the ride. The boy had it under control. I was just riding along." That's how Thurman put it. And so true. He made sure Pop was going to win. That's for sure.
Yep.
And
to have the furthest distance, even before the pull off.
Yeah.
It was that was the biggest story of the weekend in my opinion.
I think you're right. Yep. Couldn't ask for a better way to end the show for the weekend. It's perfect.
Yep. And it was great to have so many of you guys come up and introduce yourselves to us. Yes. And say hi, say how much you enjoyed the show. There's pullers from New York coming down and talking to me saying, and I saw somebody in the comments said that I was busy. I'm always busy at Keystone. You just have to stop me. I will stop. I will talk to you.
Yeah, everybody's busy. I mean, my relief comes when I get to go out and film. That's when my fun gets to start. But even then, that's, you got to stay focused. And I try to talk to people, and I try to acknowledge people if they walk by. And if I don't, I apologize, because it's very easy to miss a run. Trust me. So you got to stay kind of focused. And, something else was on my mind. I can't remember what it was now. Oh, I had said that we would go live Wednesday from up there. That did not happen. I didn't even get out and see much of the test hooks on Wednesday. Thankfully, Mike was able to film everything. And I just put the second of the two videos from the Wednesday night test hooks up tonight on our YouTube channel. But I didn't have time. I was busy with telephones and busy, just hordes of questions coming in. I got to make sure they're answered and people can get their situation straight and get their tickets, et cetera, et cetera. And then I had to go out and make sure all the handicap seating was marked properly. And then from there was making sure the box seat sections are ready to go. So going live, I tried. It just, I didn't have time to do it. By the time I'd have been able to do it, most of the people were gone. So it just didn't.
I liked all the changes that the Keystone Committee made. I know there was a couple new additions, some from the Keystone Committee and then some from Forestry Farm Equipment sponsored stuff. The Frisbees, I think the Frisbees worked out great. Mm-hmm. For everybody who wasn't there, everybody in the finals had a Frisbee with their name on it, threw it out into the crowd. And if whoever caught the Frisbee, they got a prize. and it worked very, very well. We had all but one person come up and claim it, and it was one of the last classes to pull, so I'm sure that they had already gone home. I thought that was a really good way of getting the crowd interacted. The DJ was a very nice addition. I know he sometimes caused some issues with the videos, but I think it killed a lot of downtime. And then on Saturday, Forester Farm Equipment sponsored a little concert. Had some live music there, and I know all of us ladies in the pits at registration, we really enjoyed listening to it.
I had no idea that was even going on. I was like, concert? What are you talking about? When was that?
It was during the pedal pull, and I forget what time he started playing. He started playing probably around 9 o'clock, and he played well into the show for all of us there in the pits. And like I said, it's terrible. There was times you looked over and there was nobody physically in front of him, but everybody you talked to in the pits enjoyed listening to him. Okay. So I was like, I feel bad that there was nobody, right in front of him, but I hope he knows he was appreciated.
Yeah, Saturday morning is a very busy time, so.
Oh, Saturday, all day Saturday's crazy.
All weekend.
Yeah. Trying to think of anything else that was new or different this year. I know we were kind of hesitant to do too much extra just because of what happened in 2020 and not necessarily having as many funds left over as we normally do. But
yeah, that was a pretty hard hit. I don't think people understand, but you know what? We got a good group, and we made it happen. So
the box seats seemed like a big hit.
Yeah.
No, we sold all of them out, so that was awesome. I'm sure
we'll definitely do that again. Maybe add some more now that it's got its first year under its belt.
Yep. Didn't have any major smoke tube issues, which is always a relief.
Absolutely.
That can always be kind of a show killer there when you have that.
That's why you have a guy spinning the records, if you will.
Yep.
That's an old school term, by the way. Well, I guess we get into Thursday. We'll get into we're just going to announce the winners of the qualifiers. Actually, the first class that pulled was the 11,000-pound hot farm King of 466, King of the Hill, whatever you want to call it, King of 466. And AIM is familiar with doing pretty well at Keystone, took the win in that class. Usually he's on a mini modified tractor. But in Hot Farm, James Bray took the win with his 1066 International, the Bray Farms International, at 244.62 out of a class of, we had 15 signed up. Looks like we had a couple scratches. So it would have been 13 tractors total. But congratulations to James Bray, King of 466, bragging rights for a year. And I don't know where you're at, what you're looking at on your screen.
I'm reading Mr. Ray Kaufman's comment, who just thinks that he's so funny.
Oh, my.
The stories that happen at Keystone stay Keystone, except for when they get plastered in the background.
Andy Keene's in the house. Undertaker pulling. Yeah, good seeing you guys too, man.
Yep.
And Chris Baker, I saw him a million times over the weekend.
Yeah. Sorry about that. No,
I'm not sure just yet, Chris, but I'm sure we'll know here in the next day or two. We actually are trying to have a meeting next week to go over a lot of stuff. So I think we'll know more. It's next Wednesday, so we won't have a show. If we do, I know they're requesting for next Wednesday. So definitely by the show after that, we'll have some information for you. I'll go ahead and do the. We had 2 flights of small block minis. We had several of them signed up, so we split the class in 2. Took the top 4 from each one, and maybe I'll just do that. We'll do the top.
That's what I was thinking. We could probably do top 3 or all the qualifiers. Yeah.
The qualifiers in the first round of the 1850 small block mini, taking the win was Steve Nafe with the Sawduster. Second was Steve Goodwin with the Warhawk at 253.43. I'm sorry, first place was 263.13. Third was Christopher Graham with Secondhand Smoke, 246.24. And taking the last qualifier spot for the finals was Matt Weischer.
Finally, a name I know how to pronounce that you don't.
That's because you're Miss Interstate. But anyway.
Yeah, Miss Interstate. Where's my crown?
Chevy powered dirt. It's in the background. It's Just pay attention to the background. And again, it's raining out, so
Yeah.
right, Ray, wet scooter. But anyway, the Dirt Demon, 246.13. Yeah, the after party. Yeah.
That after party kicked my butt.
Do you have the 6200 modified 4x4 spooled up there that you can look real quick?
I can
I
get
don't want
them.
to steal the show from you, so.
These 6200 4x4s, I do. So I believe we took 4 from that class. Taking the win was Caitlin Moeller with her Moeller Farms truck at 236.61. Unfortunately, she did some serious damage, though. She pulled a Kendra and snapped the crank and threw some rods, and, she really let her have it. Aaron Smothers with the Money Hog took second at 236.19. Third place was Crystal Zedrick with a Thunderbolt at 235.04. And fourth was Alan Madison with Overkill at 232. And then because of what happened to Caitlin, fifth place also got to go to the finals. And that was Dennis Grove with the Mountain Mule at 232.38.
Kendra, do you want a cookie?
I'm so glad I can be the butt of so many jokes.
And I see we either have Logan Thomas or Mike Walker or Tanner.
I think it's Tanner.
It might be Tanner, yeah. So
maybe we should just tell Tanner to go check his license plate one more time.
Oh! Don't go there. You want to go ahead and do the modifieds too? We took top 6 of those.
Yep. So we took 6 modifieds to the finals from Thursday night. Taking the win and number 2 were 2 ladies of the class. The win went to Amber Blizzard with the Unaffordable at 265.20. Second went to Kirsty. Actually, second place was a tie. This had to be one of the first for Keystone. Kirsty Robinson and Andy Forrester with the Phony 2 and Boss 9 both went 257.66. Fourth place went to Rod Harnett with the Agitator. Fifth went to Ricky Blizzard with the Barely Affordable. And rounding out the top 6 was Ian Ericker with the Unstable Tractor.
Village idiot.
Village idiot. Hey, I can't say nothing. He took me on many a Kubota rides over the weekend.
So next we'll look at the 2,050-pound Big Block Mini. And it's going to be a little surprise in here. We're going to talk about him in a minute. Top 4 went to the finals. Greg Vandervoort laid down, in my opinion, one of the wildest, coolest rides of the weekend with his Boosted Ego Chevy powered machine at 273.83. And I mean, right out of the hole, he was on it and sky high and having fun, man. It was a great run. Second was Pete Yarrington with that awesome looking Gold Dust Chevy powered machine at 273.19. Third was Jersey Jeff Paulding, his first time out ever with a modified Mini. Took the third spot at 270.59. And last person, Greg Crisigla, I guess that's his proper pronunciation, with the Reaper at 255.44. So pretty cool little class of tractors. Light Limited Turbo also took 4 tractors. Taking the win, Eddie Ocker with Iron Maiden, Sue Johnson's Iron Maiden. Let me get that correct. At 247.67. Second. What are you getting?
Let me just tell you, that kid, don't get me wrong, me and Eddie were really good friends. He's a great addition to our team. He got off that tractor, and when I say he was visibly shaking, I was like, Eddie. He's like, man, we did so many changes. I was so nervous. And I'm like, it was perfect that he won. I'm so happy for him.
Absolutely.
And I think Sue was just as tickled on the sidelines as, as if she was driving too.
Second was Mike Thomas with the International 706 called Steel in Time at 232 even. Third, Matt Smith, no surprise, fast forward, 231.76. And fourth was one of the cleanest internationals at the event, I think, Jason Bowers at 220.41.
And that was his first run as a light limited.
Yes.
He made the jump up.
Awesome looking, awesome on tractor. Hot stock's all you.
Hot stock. Let's see. We took 5 to the vinyls from the hot stock class, right? Yeah,
yep.
5. Taking the win, like we said earlier, was Thurman Mumford with the Mechanical Bull at 252. Second place went to Jeff Brininger with the Red Law at 246.73. Third place went to E.L. Harlow, the winner of our Best in Show, with the Harlow Harvester at 244.42. Fourth place went to Bob Martin with the Boss Hog Binder at 242.32. And fifth place went to Brian McConnell with the Milkman's Mojo at 240.82.
That's a cool name. I like that.
Yeah. And no, I didn't take any rides this weekend, right? Oh, Lord.
Outlaw 4x4
Pulling is
North.
so fun.
Outlaw 4x4 North was all you. Top 2.
All right. So taking the win for the North trucks out of the Outlaw series was Dave Rosick with the Fatal Attraction at 254.41, followed closely behind by his brother Joseph Rosick with the Mistreated at 252.90.
Yep. And then we went to flight number 2, the second class for the small block mini tractors. Again, top 4 going to the finals. Taking the win was John Sutton Jr. with Bear Tracks at 266.21. Second was Wesley Williamson with the Adrenaline Chevrolet, 263.68. Third was Dave Kirby, Paycheck Hooker at 251.04. And rounding out the top 4, John Graham Jr. with the Adjusted Joker at 244.98. And that was a huge night of pulling. I know we only read the top contenders to go to the finals, but I know we were right around 100 hooks. Yeah, we were. Yes, absolutely, right around 100.
And we were done right around midnight, weren't we?
Somewhere around there. It was pretty late.
Which, with as many hooks as we had,
yeah,
that was.
Yep, you bet.
That was impressive.
Yep. So we moved to Friday, and we got the top 5 from the 9,300-pound Super Farm going to the finals. And I just want to make mention, there's a certain New York puller in this class that's got a little twitch in his eye. I don't know if his family's watching from. I think it's Holly, New York. Holly, New York. Got a little twitch in his eye. We got to talk to his wife, make sure he gets that worked on. And I hope he gets to see this because he's going to get a kick out of that. So, but anyway, Sue Johnson's here.
Hey, Sue. Just got done talking about you.
Taking the win in the qualifier was Jason Vanderweert with the Spilt Milk John Deere at 250.34. Right on his heels in second place. I guess that's the one they call Scoob. Kevin Vanderweert, yeah. With the 44 Special Reloaded, 250.19. Third was Scott Chris from Holly, New York. Not that I was mentioning anybody from Holly, New York here a few minutes ago. Just for fun, 243.39. Fourth was Shane McFarland, the Best of Show winner in the class. John Deere 43.20. Okay. With the Rutten Bucket 239.54. What did I say? 5. Okay. Fifth was Ethan Sickler, his first time indoors on the Super Farm.
Yep.
Naturally Red 238.31. And that was a pretty big class too. And we did have 3 scratches there, so
yeah,
we had 11 tractors. That's still pretty good class. 6,200-pound modified 4x4. And I know this was the oops of the weekend for these guys, and I'm sure, the crew wasn't too happy about it, but, we got through it.
Yep.
Taking the win, Graham Young with the Dodge Dakota called Renegade, 210.16. Yes, these distances are going to be a little low. It was just one of them things. Second, Wayne Taps got the second with Tasmanian Terror 2 at 204.38. Third was Dean Hitchcock with the Ford Grounds for Divorce, 197.30. And fourth was Eddie Zedrick with the Thunder Chevrolet, 191.86. That was the top 4 going to the finals there. And you're up with Superstock.
So the Superstock class, we did have on the schedule that we were going to have diesel and alcohol. Unfortunately, we had a couple people who weren't going to be able to make it, and some people were waiting on parts. So we ended up combining and taking the top 5 of the 7 tractors to the finals. Taking the win was Mark Bradish with the M80 at 250.49. Second place went to the Best of Show winner, Lance Mysick, with the High Hopes Fent at 238.08. Third place went to Darren Olden with the Kryptonite at 236.26. Fourth went to Kevin Windsor with his 6-shooter at 210 and 21. And then rounding out the top 5 was Uncle Henry with the forced decision at 166.6.
Yeah, we took the top 3. But,
oh, we did take the top 3.
how about Darren Olden?
Darren Olden, I tell you what.
He's making some big power, Darren.
He did. He was right up there with, well, we'll get to the finals there. So apparently, little backstory, he is the only Olden to not win a Keystone. So he was really hoping that this was going to be his year, and Mark Bradish had other plans.
I'll just say he was an inch and a half short of being.
Yep, he was so close. But yeah, Destiny said that, she's won, and so has Drew.
Yep.
And they were really hoping this was the year for Darren, but
almost.
Next year.
Now that we've given that away.
Yeah.
10,000 Pro Stock top 3. Kendra.
Oh, you want me to read them? So the top 3 of
2 and 2 and 2 and then 2.
Oh, so that's what we're doing.
I need some help in here, Kaufman.
First place for the Pro Stock class went to our Best of Show winner, Stephen LaGrange, all the way from Canada with the Gambler, 252.02. Second place went to Russell Hildebrand with the Loose Cannon at 249.27. And right on his heels was Josh Martin with his dad's John Deere Green at 249.07. Two interesting things about that class. I've never seen tractors find the concrete like I did in that class.
Yes.
That was quite interesting. And then somebody said that they had talked to Stephen LaGrange, who I did not realize did not speak very much English. He speaks French because, of course, he's from Canada.
Yep.
And I felt bad because I gave some of his pit crew came up and was asking, how to get to the track. And I just started spouting it off, and they're like, don't speak English. And I'm like, oh, my bad.
Yeah.
But Steve, apparently they spent over $5,000 in fuel coming down because they brought 2 haulers. And when they left Canada, they stopped in Indiana or Iowa, one of those states out in the Midwest for parts, had to stop in Ohio for more parts, and then came to Keystone. Wow. And so before the weekend was even over, they had already spent over $5,000 in fuel.
That's crazy.
Which is
That's crazy.
dedication, and we appreciate them coming to Keystone.
And he also mentioned, like he did get Best of Show with the Gambler, and wow.
And they brought a light limited down too. So fortunately, that didn't make the finals, but
we're getting there. We're getting to that.
We're getting there, folks.
All right, 8,000-pound diesel 4x4 trucks. Pretty weak class this year. I on it, but taking
a lot of people waiting on parts.
Yep, taking the win was Charles Record with the Ain't Cheating Yet Dodge, 241.77. We did take the top 3. Second was Derek Borden with his Chevy called Just Happening at 215.83. And third, Jeremy Denson with the 2-disturbed Dodge at 212.41. And we had the 6,300 Outlaw 4x4 South Division. Top 2 will go to the finals. Taking the win, Bill Good with the Virginia Lightning Ford, 244.10. And second was the Best of Show winner, Brad Broy, with the Only Cash Chevrolet, or cash only, at 238.95. Now, that was my 2. Now, you get to do the next one. See how that worked out? Mod Turbo.
Mod Turbo.
Team Zerby.
Team Zerby with the win. Not super happy about that or anything. So taking the win, like we said, Jason Malott, or Yankee, driving the OOZ at 257 flat. Second place went to Joe Miller with another very sharp-looking John Deere from Western PA. The Smoking Joe at 256.54. Third place went to Nate Williams with the Addiction Tractor at 250.30. Fourth place went to Philip Price on the Antrim Tantrum at 246.53. And rounding out our top 5 was Justin Latour on the Addicted International at 243.96.
Good class of tractors.
Which one's the next one? Because I don't remember what order we ran them.
That's it. Well, it would have been diesel super stock, but we ended up combining the fuels there. So
did we go over the mini finals?
Oh my goodness. Ah,
I don't even have the paper in front of me, folks. Just
shame
wanted
on
to
you,
just
Kendra.
say.
Hey, we had a. It's your turn. I'm sorry.
Say, do you want me to do the big block or the small block?
Get a big block.
All right, I'll do the big block. There's less in that.
You can read them all. This is a finals class.
Yep.
We do run the small block and big block mini finals on Friday night.
Yep. So the big block mini rides took 4 of them to the finals. Taking the win was Pete Yarrington with the Gold Dust at 270.85. Second place went to Greg Corsiga out of New Jersey with the Reaper at 252.87. Third place went to Greg Vandervoort with the Boosted Ego at 241.49. And rounding out the top 4 was Jeff Paulding with the Wonky Donkey at 236.41.
The Wonky Donkey. What a name.
That's a wonderful kid's book, by the way.
No comment. Anyway.
And yes, I may have read the Wonky Donkey a couple times because I'm a big kid. Let's be real.
Okay. Hello from Ontario, Canada. Welcome.
Nice.
Aboard. Welcome aboard. Small block mini finals were the top 8. And taking the win, John Sutton. How about that with Bear Tracks? 272 flat, as you like to say, or even. 272.00.
He didn't go any further. Stayed flat.
Second was Wesley Williamson at 261.45. Third, Matt
Weischer
with the Dirt Demon at 239.12. Fourth was Steve Nafe with the Sawduster, 238.73. Fifth, John Graham Jr., 229.72. Sixth was Steve Goodwin with the Warhawk, 235.01. Seventh, Christopher Graham at 228.97. And David Kirby. Yes, David Kirby. I can't read my own handwriting. See, I had to write it down manually. David Kirby, 141.78. So
I bet if you'd ask the ladies in registration to print your rundowns, they would.
I wouldn't ask.
Maybe if you asked one of the other
$1 million. Exactly. See? No. I'll write it down. You'll get me in trouble. So another little hiccup Saturday morning. We got our show started. And the track was just a little too damp at the starting line. So we originally had the Workstock Diesel 4x4 slated to run first, but we went with the Mod Turbos first. So
you want me to take
qualifier class top 5? No, this would be my second class now. See?
Oh,
get your mind off the scooter.
Jesus.
Again, Kaufman, help me out over here. Anyway.
Kaufman, you can just keep your little finger still over there. No need. Go to church, Kaufman.
Taking the win with probably the longest, furthest run at Keystone with a tractor. Everybody likes to hit the beach, but when you go farming, you have definitely planted it in the beach. Let me tell you what. Jack Boone with the Barnyard Bully had the entire tractor up on the sand. And he did touch the hay. So
it could have been cool.
Yeah.
There's a concrete wall back there, and if he'd gone any further, that would have.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna work on that for the future. We won't even think
those thoughts.
We're gonna work on that for the future. Anyway, he took the win. 267.19 was the winning distance there. Second was the Bleeding Blue of Scotty Cascadden at 263.62. Third was Nathan Graham with the Blue Reaper at 260.94. Fourth, Devin Riggin with the Best of Show winning the Bandit, John Deere, 46.20 at 260.12, so I was correct. And fifth was Austin Martin with his 1066 called Floor Sweepings. It's a funny name. And 258.04. So those 5 went on to the finals. And Guy wasn't too far behind. Committee member Guy Gokenauer, I thought, had a good run. And I thought he would at least score a top 5 to get in the finals, but he came up a little short. And he even told me, he goes, it ain't good enough. So, yeah, love that pickle on a scooter. It's your turn now. Small block 4x4.
I was going to say, we did the small blocks next, right?
Yep.
So the small block 4x4s, there they are. Taking the win was Jared Stoner with his F250 Ranger at 263.39. Second place went to Chris Lutzy with One Bad Bow Tie at 261.61. Closely behind him there was Austin Stoner with the Analyze This at 261.01.
Okay, everybody make her laugh. Everybody make her laugh.
And rounding out the top four was Derek Dice with the Mopar Magic at 259.54. Very, very tight class there of small block trucks that morning.
Yep. Light Pro would be next for you.
Light Pro.
Light Pro.
And we took 4 to the finals. Taking the win, my laundry's done. Taking the win was Kendra Beasley. Huh?
We did hear that.
Okay.
Hear that, and the scooter's getting warmed up, won't we?
Taking the win was Kendall Beasley with the High Gear Harvester at 248.19. Second place was Matt Smith with the Fast Forward at 247.23. That's right, folks. It lives again. Third place was Kevin Nutt with the Rollin' Thunder at 236.65. And fourth place was Hunter Beasley with the Farmer's Pride at 232.48.
Yep. Big power. Big power. Love that class. Okay. Nope. That's the wrong class. Does it really matter?
So I can't. That's terrible. I do not remember the pulling order from.
The next class, Work Stock Diesel, did get their opportunity to hook here, and this was a one and done class. Diesel Motorsports, Ron Knock, and the crew brought in 10 very good running trucks with a pull off. So taking the win all the way from, I believe, down in Kentucky or Tennessee. I can't remember which of the two it was.
Kentucky.
Drew Slayback with his Slayback's Diesel Dodge Ram. The full pull was set at 252 feet, so we're just going to say his first run was 256.04. Then in the pull off, he was at 233.72. Second was John Costa with his second-hand smoke Dodge, 255.30, and then 227.24. Third, the only Ford, Tom Hassler, at 256.37, and then 223.06 in the pull off. Fourth was Wesley Kless with his Kless Express at 251.24. Fifth was Sean Bell with the High Mile Hooker Chevy at 240.98. That reminds me of that scooter in the back now. Sixth was Tanner Kells with the GMC at 240.23. Don't make me laugh. I'm having a hard enough time getting through this. Every time I look up the screen, I'll see that behind you. Seventh was Seth Ulmer with his 01 Chevy at 239.19. Eighth was Lindahl Steiner at 237.62. Ninth was Ross Harder with his Chevy Silverado he calls Smoke, 221.54. And 10th was Jake Wagner with the Working Man Blue Chevy at 11.45. I was not in the arena when he hooked, so I'm assuming he had some mechanical issues. So
I was not in the arena either, so I couldn't tell you.
Don't make me say it. Don't make me say it. Are you tuning on your scooter? Anyway. The next class,
folks, they're being mean to me.
will be the 10,000 pound Pro Farm. 10,000 pound Pro Farm. We took the top 6 to the finals. And taking the win was Adam House on Gary Coverage's Blue Force at 225.17. Second place, Dave Daugherty. How about that, huh? The Buzzard Bait Oliver, 224.63. Not that I'm trying to build him up or anything. Third was
not
Alex.
That you know him or anything.
Not that he's
neighbors,
6 or 7 miles down the road. But Alex Ferry was third on the Sunset Smoker of Jeremy DeLucas at 224.31. Fourth was Donnie Gokenauer on Double Trouble at 221.76. Fifth was Ray Norse with Pack and Heat, 216.65. Another 466 tractor. And that was fifth. Sixth was Ryan Miller. Awesome. They made the finals with that Amish Ingenuity Ford at 216.64. That was a nice class. You're up next. Outlaw Rebels.
Say the outlaw
You
truck.
rebel, you. Sounds like absolutely, Sue. I think that's awesome. I think that's
There
awesome.
are pickle t-shirts.
Yeah,
And I
but
have
not,
a bunch more for this polling season, so y'all just stay tuned.
not with a hot smoking scooter. You don't.
Oh.
Lord. If Cindy's watching, I really got a lot of splaining to do, don't I?
All right. Anyway, so we're on the Outlaw Rebels. Taking the win was the Jonathan Zacharakis. He told me how to say it, and I can't remember now.
This is Johnny Z.
Yeah, Johnny Z with the Hulk at 228.74. Second place was Curtis Utley with the lightweight at 217.95.
Yep.
And then I believe all we have left is the light limited, right?
You got it.
All right. So again, we took the top 4 to the finals. Taking the win was Matt Dersham with the other half at 259.13. That is a long time coming for Mr. Dersham, and we are so happy for him. Second place went to Mark Smith with the Ford 9600 at 255.06. Third went to Bradley Seal with the New Holland T7 at 253.63. And rounding out the top 4 was Jason Michael with the Unleashed at 252.07.
Just making sure you read it before I.
Oh, I read it.
So.
I'll get you one, Sil.
Anyway, that rounded out the qualifier sessions, and we got done. We had a little bit of time, not a whole lot between sessions there, but we didn't get started very late at all, really, for the original start time of 6 p.m. So hats off to the crew taking care of the track and getting all that stuff ready. And we have made it to the finals.
Them lawnmowers started dang early enough. I can guarantee that.
I used to stay in the motorhome in that courtyard. I know all about it. But that's, they got a big day ahead of them, and they've got time constraints to get done. So I can understand the early start. But so we made it to the championship finals, and this is where the frisbee throwing deal came into play. And if the puller won, if somebody caught a frisbee of the winning puller in the finals, do you know what they got? Or
I do. They got a Keystone Nationals hat from that year, from 2022. And then New Holland donated some tape measures and some flashlights. So everybody got a tape measure, flashlight, and a hat.
Next time I'm going to go run and grab a frisbee. Maybe they'll be kind enough to walk it over. Yeah.
I want to see you run and go grab some. I will say that I don't know if throwing frisbees are harder than I think, or if some of our pullers just need to get out there and practice throwing some frisbees this summer.
Well, Mark Bradish and a couple of other ones simply walked it over and handed it to a young child. So I thought that was pretty cool too. So Lance Mysick knows how to throw one pretty good. He's pretty good
but he's got a dog that goes with him everywhere. So I'm thinking that dog probably likes to catch the frisbee.
I wonder if he's got a scooter too. I had to ask him. And ask him.
I'm so glad that I told you guys this story because it's going to get a lot of miles.
Man, infinity. I'll tell you what. That would be good. A scooter pool, Tiger against Kendra. That would be awesome. I like that.
Okay, so I can guarantee you, I watched Tiger run his little golf cart directly into a stage. I think I got him. I'm not worried.
Poor Tiger. He was probably still asleep. Halftime show at a tractor pool. That's a good idea. I think that would be hilarious. Yep, you bet.
Bring it on, Tiger. Let's go.
Well, it's 8:46, and we ain't even started the finals yet, so I guess we better get rolling here. It's just a scooter thing you wouldn't understand, I guess. But anyway, we started the finals with the Super Farm tractors, and they did set the full pool at 256 foot to eliminate climbing in to catch some straw, if you will. Anthony Hamrick was another one in competition this past weekend. Beefy.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Andy. That's awesome. So anyway, Super Farm Finals, again, it was the top 5. And That guy had the twitch in his eye took the win. 2022 Super Farm. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go the other way. Finishing fifth was Shane McFarland at 246 and 58. Fourth was Jason Vander. This isn't going to confuse you going backwards, is it?
No.
Because I know you're having a hard time adjusting the two classes at a time. Anyway. Fourth was Jason Vanderweert with Spilt Milk at 255.55. And then we get into the pull-off finishers. Kevin Vanderweert was third at 258.98 with a pull-off distance of 104.87 with some issues. With 44 special, reloaded. Second was Ethan Sickler with the Naturally Red at 259.50 and a pull-off distance of 237.26. Congratulations, Ethan. I know it was your first time indoors, and I'm sure Pop's very proud of you. And you made some awesome runs. Taking the win, our 2022 Super Farm champion, Scott Chris with Just for Fun, Holly, New York, old Twitch Eye himself. First distance of 261.76. Yes, he was in the sand very well. And did in the pull-off 245.23 to take the championship. Congratulations, Scott. I know he supported this pool pretty much almost from day one, and it was good to see him finally get his championship. So, next class up, the Light Pro, 8,500-pound Light Pro stock tractors. Top four. Finishing fourth was Hunter Beasley with the Farmer's Pride at 213.37. Third was Kevin Utt with Rolling Thunder at 227.32. Kevin was a Best of Show winner. Runner-up, Kendall Beasley with the High Gear Harvester at 232.11. And how about that? After a lot of wrenching, a lot of craziness, Matt Smith with Fast Forward, our 2022 Light Pro champion on Fast Forward at 234.58. Congratulations, buddy. Well earned, that's for sure.
Yep.
Now it's your turn. Modified.
So the third class was the 1,700 modifieds. Unfortunately, in sixth place was Kirsty Robinson. I think she blew a motor belt, blew a belt. She just gonna stop right there.
Below
32 at 212.12. Fifth place went to Rod Harnett with the Agitator at 228.87. Fourth place went to the Village Idiot, Ian Eriker with Unstable at 236.22. Third place went to Andy Forrester with the Boss 9 at 245.66. Second place went to Amber Blizzard with the Unaffordable at 248.27. And taking the win was her dad. Great weekend for the Blizzard family. Rick Blizzard with the Barely Affordable at 249.59.
What's that make him?
The Keystone Nationals 2022 Modified Champion.
Thank you.
The winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah, I tell you, Ricky, they've been pulling along quite a while. And man, oh man, so he got them tractors tuned up, man.
And then we went to the 77s, right?
Yes.
Light Limiteds.
Yep.
All right, so we had 8 of them in the finals that night. Eighth place went to Mike Thomas with Steel and Time. I think he definitely had some engine issues. 205.79 was his distance. Seventh place went to Jason Bowers with his sharp-looking IH 1466 at 214.76. Sixth place went to Bradley Seal with his New Holland T7 at 218.11. Fifth place went to Sue Johnson's Iron Maiden, driven by Eddie Yocker, at 225.64. Fourth place went to Jason Michael with the Unleashed at 233.84. Third place went to Marty Smith with his Ford 9600 at 242.44. Side note about that, as many of you guys know, the raffle tractor did go off, and Mark Smith actually bought it on the spot on Saturday night. So his little miniature tractor went home with him.
That is a clean little hot rod, I'll tell you.
Yep. Second place in the 77 Light Limited class was Matt Smith with the Fast Forward at 250.04. And taking the win, your 2022 Keystone Nationals Light Limited champion was Mr. Matt Dersham with the other half at 250.25.
Untouchable this weekend.
Yeah, and I think he had his kid there. He had all of his kids there. So that's always good when they can see something like that all come.
Awesome.
You know, he's been pulling for a while, and I know he's been chasing them Blue Boys for quite a while. So he Finally caught him.
Shiny
Good job,
paint.
Matt.
Shiny paint don't always win, so that's
Yep.
great job, buddy. Great job. Okay, that was 2, right?
Yep.
Modified 4x4, and I'm telling you what, this class is boom, 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 right on top of one another. So top 8, finishing 8. Go ahead, you're gonna say something. Alan Madison with Overkill was 8th at 206.31. Finishing 7th, Aaron Smothers with the Money Hog, 215.49. 6th, Dennis Grove with the Mountain Mule Chevrolet at 216.76. 5th, Dean Hitchcock with the Grounds for Divorce Ford, 217.90. 4th was Crystal Zedrick with Thunderbolt, 218.90. And right in front of her was husband Eddie Zedrick with Thunder at 221.43. Graham Young, the past, I believe he's won the last 2 championships there, ended up the runner-up at 223.56. And your 2022 Keystone National Modified 4x4 champion, Wayne Tapscott II, Tasmanian Terror 2, 228.46. That truck's been a champion there before. I can't remember if Wayne Senior or the second drove it then, but I know it's got more than one championship now. So, congratulations, guys. 10 Pro Stock. There was the top 3. Unfortunately, Russell Hildebrand broke in the warm-up area. He ended up having to scratch from the finals. We'll give him 3rd place. 2nd, Josh Martin with John Deere Green. And the Canadian, your 2022 Keystone Nationals Pro Stock champion, Stephen LaGrange with the Gambler at 246.46. So.
And then we moved into the Super Stock class. Top 4. So 4th place went to Kevin Windsor with the 6-shooter at 210.93. 3rd place went to Lance Mysick with the High Hopes, the Best in Show winner at 229.44. 2nd place, a very, very close 2nd place at 246.45 was Darren Olden with Kryptonite. And your 2022 Keystone National Superstock champion was Mark Bradish with the M80 at 246.61.
1.5 inches.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Missed it by that much, Darren.
That much. It's okay. I don't think Darren's going to. I'm sure he's very happy because I'll tell you, he made 2 outstanding runs with that tractor. That's the best I've ever seen it run. And good Lord, look out. That's all I can say. That thing makes some power, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then we went into the small block trucks, right?
Outlaw 4x4.
Oh, the Outlaw 4x4s. Oh, so close.
See, once again, I had to manually, right? Because nobody brought me lineup sheets, Kendra. That's okay.
You didn't ask.
I didn't ask. And I wasn't going to ask because I know everybody's busy.
Now, Deb's very nice. She would have done it for you.
I have no problem writing them down.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to start with a disqualification in the Outlaw class. Joseph Rosick forgot to put his helmet on.
Yes.
And, of course, safety is a priority, and that is one of the rules. So, unfortunately, he was disqualified.
Can I also say he would have won the class?
He would have won.
He would have won the class at 241.05.
Yep, he would have won, but I bet you he never forgets to put his helmet on again. 5th place went to Curtis Utley with the lightweight at 225.60. 4th place went to Johnny Z, is what we'll call him, with the Hulk at 229.41. 3rd place went to Bill Good with the Virginia Lightning at 236.20. 2nd place went to the Best in Show winner, Brad Broy, out of Virginia at 236.96. And your 2022 Keystone Nationals 6300 Outlaw 4x4 winner was Dave Rosick with the Fatal Attraction at 238.22.
And I know
so
that
at least they kept it in the family.
Yeah, I think that's their 2nd or 3rd championship with that truck. So
yeah,
very tough.
That was my 2.
Small block 4x4. The top 4, and pretty good class of trucks. This is a class I always talk about when I talk about them. I remember years ago watching them, and I mean, they were decent, but the steps that this class has taken with their appearances and their performance, this, in my opinion, is one of the classes that has really stepped the game up. It's just a fun little class to watch. They all look pretty good looking trucks. So
Yep.
it's pretty impressive. Small block 4x4. Finishing fourth, Derek Dice with the Mopar Magic 2 at 238.92. Third was Chris Utzi with one bad bow tie at 241.24. Second was Jared Stoner with his Silver Ford. I don't think it has a name yet. I'm not sure.
No.
251.02. And your 2022 small block 4x4 champion, Austin Stoner, with Analyze This, no stranger to the winner's circle, 251.35. And I know it's won a championship or two before, so no surprise there. Good weekend for the Stoners, that's for sure.
Yep.
Diesel 4x4, top three. Derek Borden took third place at 201.06. Second was Jeremy Denson with the 2 Disturbed Dodge at 216.75. And he ain't cheating yet. Charles Record, your 2022 Keystone Nationals Diesel 4x4 champion, 226.32. Congratulations, Charles. Your turn.
And then we went into the 8,500 mod turbo finals. Like we said, we'll start at the bottom. Unfortunately, Austin Martin took number 10 spot at 214.31. I know he was wrenching on his tractor in between the prelims and the finals, so I think there was just a couple issues there, but hey, he made it to the finals. Ninth place went to Philip Price with the Antrim Tantrum at 222.73. Eighth place went to Scott Kiskadden with the Bleeding Blue at 225.55. Seventh went to Justin Latour with the Addicted out of Connecticut at 233.04. Sixth place went to the man whose video is everywhere, Jack Boone, with the Barnyard Bully at 233.76. Fifth place went to Devin Riggin with the Best in Show winner, the Bandit, at 234.44. Fourth place went to Nathan Graham with the Blue Reaper at 235.02. Third place went to Joe Miller with the Smokin' Joe at 237.34. Second went to Jason Yankee Malott with the Double OZ at 245.05. And your 2022 Keystone Nationals 8,500 mod turbo champion is Nate Williams with Addiction at 253.47. And then we went into the 10,000 Pro Farm. Sixth place went to Tim Miller. What'd you say?
Nothing.
Went to Tim Miller with the Amish Ingenuity, and we're going to give them a huge shout out because his family was one of our big title sponsors for the weekend. So definitely couldn't have done it without them. The Grantsville Truck and Trailer Crew. Fifth place went to Adam House driving Gary Cubbage's Blue Force at 238.99. Fourth place, do you want to say his name? Or
Dave Darty with a T.
With the Buzzard Bait Oliver at 245.90, right on the heels of Donnie Gokenauer driving Gary Cubbage's Double Trouble at 245.92. Second place went to Ray Norris with the Pack and Heat at 248.67. And taking your win was actually Alex Ferry driving Jeremy DeLuca's Sunset Smoker at 252.72.
And what's that make him?
The 2022 Keystone Nationals champion. Sorry, I keep forgetting that.
I didn't mean for it to work out this way, but I get to read the final class of the night. And
yep.
Of course, we've already touched base with it, but the hot stock tractor class, combination of Snyder County, hot stock
Dragon
tractors from the Dragon Motorsports, Western PA, Hot Farm, bigger tractors.
Yep.
But, finishing fifth, Jeff Brenniger with the Red Law at 250.40. Fourth was Brian McConnell with the Milkman's Mojo at 257.15. Third, Bob Martin with the Boss Hog Binder. I love that name. And we actually get into the pull-off here from third place down. Up, I mean. His first distance was 263.07 and 240.45 in the pull-off. Second was E.L. Harlow with the Harlow Harvester at 261 even, and then, 261 flat. and then a pull-off distance of 242.77, and then by the grace of God or whatever you want to say, and it's a good tractor, and Thurman's been doing this for many, many years. Junior won a championship as well, and I believe the light pro class. But
Yep.
Thurman Mumford, mechanical bull, along for the ride, as he likes to say. Pull-off distance of he went 263.48, and then the pull-off was 244.39. Wasn't a dry eye in a house, I guarantee it. Perfect ending to a pretty damn good weekend of pulling with the Keystone Nationals. 9:02, we did pretty good. I told you, if we read it all, we'd be here till 10:30. But
yep. I forget who said it, but of course, at the end of the show, when we're all cleaning up, and the registration trailer kind of tends to be where a lot of people wander over to, because we have to return, their radios, their shirts, all the things. And it was either Guy or Jason. One of them said, well, it wasn't our worst year, but it wasn't our best. But at least it ended like it was supposed to.
Yeah, you couldn't have asked for
And I said, that's whichever one it was late. I don't remember. They're exactly right. So
yep, you couldn't ask for a better ending.
Yep.
Again, my only disappointment was the attendance. But given the factors out here right now, it's tough for, if you will, the average family to, number one, spend the money for tickets. Number two, pay for fuel to get there. Number three, you got to feed your family. It's an expensive deal. And I'm not downplaying, I'm not down talking the event, because it's worth it. I mean, I feel it is. I mean, I know the amount of work that goes into it, and everybody's heart and soul is in this pool. And we appreciate everybody, from every volunteer.
Next year, we're going to have to announce to everybody to bring a credit card along with them to go eat.
Yeah.
Because I know there.
I'm going to let you answer that one.
No, nobody returned their scooters to the registration asking for a friend.
Hey, Ray, is it raining up there? It is here. But anyway, it's we put on a good show. I thought it was a good show. We did have a couple of hiccups. We got through it, and something you learn from. And I understand there was some trouble with the live feed. We apologize for that. I'm sure that company's taking care of that. They were good people. Not our normal people we use, but
Jason said that was actually the person who was running the computer, like not the people videoing, but the guy who was saying what went where. That was his first time watching a tractor pull.
Oh, wow. Well,
so he had never been anything with a tractor pull. He didn't know the difference between a small block mini and a mod turbo.
Well,
let alone,
I bet he's hooked now. So
yep,
we got new pulling fans. We hope.
Yep. So I thought that was pretty interesting. That
awesome.
It gave Jason another job to make sure that if there was a class change or something, that he told the video guy, because he would have never known.
That's something else that I have never seen until this year. Was Jason Forrester actually in the pulling arena the whole night, unless he was pulling?
Yeah.
I kept turning around. I was like, "There's Jason." Wow. Usually, because I know he's running here, there, everywhere.
Yeah.
And Tom, you never see Tom, because I know he's busy out in the pit doing other stuff.
Yeah, except for finals night when Tom does the plaque presentation. Yeah, Tom's usually out.
He is the microphone man.
Yep.
So we won't carry on too much longer here, but it was a good show. It was very good to be back with friends and, again, family. It's my second family. I mean, that's the way pulling is. Interstate, East Coast, Snyder County, Dragon Motorsports. It was good to see some of them guys, And, I haven't seen them in a while. And portable. That's it. That's oh my Lord. I can't put that up. That's funny though. I'll tell you. We got so many more stories we could tell you, but we won't. But anyway.
I don't know if we want to tell them stories.
But we appreciate everybody, if you're listening and if you're not. We appreciate you supporting the show. It was a pretty big task, considering you were down really 2 years.
Yeah.
But once things got rolling there, it seemed like everybody was right back like a well-oiled machine and
And I
doing
think
their
the
thing.
beauty of it is the majority of our hiccups, let alone what happened on the track with, Saturday morning and all that. I don't think a lot of the fans knew it, and most of the pullers didn't.
I
I think
mean,
a lot of our hiccups were internal and nobody knew about it.
yeah,
So,
it's okay.
those are the best hiccups to have.
It's a good crew and they work through it. So
I know we'll be buying some new radios before next year.
yeah, I know. I heard some of them were going dead or something. So
Toby went through like 3 one night. His battery, like the batteries just kept dying. So, and of course, you can't have the guy who's back in the hole in the warm up area not being able to know what's going on.
Oh no, we
On
don't
the
want to get
tracks.
Toby upset.
Yeah.
You bet, Ray. 100%, man. It's
Yeah.
again, I mean, I kind of cheated because my job starts way before the show even is fully planned.
Yeah.
With I can't even fathom how many. I tried to answer every question I could get to on the Keystone Nationals Facebook page because I know Lisa can't. She just working at the dealership and stuff. She can't get to it.
Yeah.
So I did my best to get to it. In, when I was actually here at the desk and doing stuff. But, and I don't know how many hundreds and hundreds of phone calls, but we got through it. And I may be looking for a second person to kind of help out with that next year. I ain't laid my finger on that yet, but I'm going to be looking for. I can handle it, but I went away to Virginia for 5 days. So when I come home, I mean, the message machine is plastered with messages, and I got to take the time to call them all back. So, Kendra, we'll see about getting somebody else to help next year, Kendra. So, I'll buy you a scooter. I'll even paint it pickle green for you.
Well, if you paint it pickle green, maybe we'll talk.
Okay. Norman, we need to talk. Anyway.
I forget what the actual color is, but I'll let you know.
Anyhow. But yeah, it was a great show. Had a lot of fun. It's good to see a lot of people again. So, with that said, next Wednesday is going to be a question mark for a show. We have some. Beep, beep, beep. You got 3 of them out of him. Her GRE gave you 3 beeps. But,
Goodness gracious!
It's going to be a question mark. We did talk to Mike Sheneman.
Oh yeah,
from Indiana, who had 2 modifieds at the show and just missed the finals, unfortunately. But he has walked up to me and I think you and said that he would love to come on the show and do an interview. So we're going to schedule a show with him. Adam Drought's coming up soon. There's some things going on there. He's good. But there's some other things going on there, and I'm not going to get into that now. But we're going to get him on here, and yes, we're going to do another fundraising cancer drive. He is going to be riding with his brother this year. By the grace of God, he has recouped quite well and is going to be able to ride a bike to raise money for, unfortunately, another family member there. So I'm just going to leave it at that. So we're going to help him as much as we can. We're going to dedicate a show or 2 or whatever he needs to help him along too. So,
yeah.
And there's some others too. So it's ready to come on. Yeah, Brad, coming soon. Coming soon. I know Photoshop. I can make that happen. How do you think that pickle got on that scooter? Hey, Norm, the bill's in the mail, by the way.
I don't think there's room on the trailer for a scooter.
There's always room for a scooter, Kendra. Always room.
Poor Norm.
And we did have a kiddies pedal pool Saturday morning.
Oh,
I don't have any information on that, but
I think I saw like 60 or 90 hooks or something.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know there was a huge crowd of people over there, and it went from, I think they started at like 9:30, and it was still going on at the start of the final, or at the start of the Saturday morning session.
Saturday morning show. Wow, that's great. Get the kids involved, and it was free for them to sign up and do that. So great, that's awesome. Anything else in the pits? I never even got to get out in the pits during the show. So
Yeah, I unfortunately don't get to walk the pits because the only time I do is when I'm tracking down people who weren't at the driver's meeting.
I got you.
um, yeah, I think that was about it. A lot of pullers said, they don't carry credit cards, so I had to go steal a couple ham sandwiches from the back area there for some pullers. Um, hello, Gus. Yep, I got to meet him this weekend. Um, so many.
Small box in the courtyard.
Ray Kaufman is full of himself.
Oh, I'm telling you, he is just loaded up.
No, I think that was about it. Everybody was just really happy to be back. Everybody I talked to polar wise. Definitely missed having it in 2021. I know Ivan Hessong came up and gave me a big hug, and he's just like, "We're back. All's right in the world again."
That's right.
I know a lot of people went through a lot of stuff in these last 2 years from talking to pullers. A couple of them had like heart surgeries. Ivan's wife went through all of her health issues. And I think everybody was just glad to have some normalcy back.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we all needed. So.
Absolutely. And thanks to Mike Walker, I sent him out Thursday, probably mid to late morning, I guess. I sent him out with a gimbal and a GoPro. And he walked around. I mean, there wasn't a lot of people in there, but he did go around and shoot some nice stuff. And I put that video out while we were still up there. So at least I got something out of it.
Yeah.
But he did a good job with that. So that's going to be more of that coming all summer long, be it him or me walking around the pits. Probably Greensboro is our first hook that I'll be at, Greensboro, Maryland. I will spend plenty of time walking around the pits with that gimbal and GoPro. So pullers, get ready. Don't worry, I won't put you on the spot, but I'm going to talk to you. And I got some great feedback. I did one at the antique pool I was at in Virginia. And of course, this one the Mike just did, and people love that stuff. They get to see the closer shots of the vehicle and get to see the people talk, and they like that stuff. So don't shy away. It's not like it's major TV or anything. So we're definitely going to do that more often this summer. So, okay. I guess we pretty much covered everything from the event. I hope if we forgot anything,
everything we can talk about on a family show, we covered.
We thanks again. I've been working with this committee since day one, since 2007 when Toby called me, and I love it. It's keeps me hopping. That's for dang sure. But I think I find a helper again. That'll alleviate some of my stress. So.
Yep.
Kendra. But Cindy. Yeah. So, okay. With that said, hopefully we'll see what happens next Wednesday. If we're not here, we're having a meeting or post pool meeting, so that's pretty important. So I need to be there. So you'll be filming me hooking next. Yeah, Andy King. You know what? That just may be, but I'm thinking you'll be at the bucket when we're at Greensboro. So, but yeah, as long as I got somebody filming with a video camera, I will definitely do that. I will be walking around showing the behind the scenes stuff going on, and you're one of them I'm going to pick on. So, you bet. So, okay. Yep, you bet, Ray. Yep. Everybody there did a wonderful job. So, okay, 9:15. We did good. Again, Trina Christ, have a talk with your husband. He's got a bad twitch in that eye. You need to get that fixed up. So, it's starting to worry me. But I will say, I kept hearing him scream, "Sharon, Sharon!" Oh my Lord, that was comical. That had me laughing for hours. Sharon. But anyway, okay, we're done goofing here. We're gonna. Oh yeah, we'll get Joan. She'll be announcing some events too. So absolutely. Yep. We'll put her on the spot.
Yep.
We'll get you, Joan. Don't you worry.
Coming for you.
Yep. Okay. With that said, I'm gonna get my pages going around here. We're not going to say anymore. We're going to thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share, leave us comments like you're doing now. That really helps the algorithm, helps us grow. And if YouTube's happy, we're happy. So we appreciate it. And I guess if not next Wednesday, we'll see you the following Wednesday. I don't know what it'll be about, but we'll have something good. Maybe we'll
getting ready to start talking about pulling.
Yes, we will be, because don't
April,
you have something in April? What's
April 23rd is Interstate's first pull.
Okay. That's down at Jamie, and I got to talk with Jamie Hall briefly because he came over to talk to me. It was between the shows on Saturday, and I needed a Snickers bar because I was really starved. And I told him, Jamie, we'll talk later, and I apologize for that. But I think we'll be down there for that too. So that'll be a good time. That'll probably be the first pool we'll be running around outdoors with the GoPro, I think. So
cool beans.
Absolutely. So until next Wednesday or the Wednesday after, this is JR, Klub Kendra pickle scooter thingy upper behind her there. So
I'm going to have a name that's like 14 miles long here soon. Oh, yeah, the big pull in Louisville coming up this weekend.
Yes, that is correct. I'm off the comments page because I'm getting ready to close up.
Oh.
I didn't see.
Yeah, Ray's headed to Louisville this weekend.
Excuse me. Yep, that should be a good one. A lot of money up for grabs there.
Yep.
I hear. So, yep, that'll be a pretty cool deal. Okay. Until next week or week after, we'll see you then. Thanks for tuning in.